Okay, looks like we got fast right side reclaim going on IONQ. It might even be halting. We got to be careful and get in really quickly over here. Everything's good. 200 shares. Boom, bam, IONQ. Oh, I hope I didn't just accidentally push the button twice. That would double size me. Okay, we are in IONQ. And you can see that over here. Where that's moving, I'm pointing over here. Have it on the main screen yet. All right, Cine is continuing. I do have an order set to take more out at 124. Let's see if we can put in 124. Cine is, that's a pretty nice looking flag formation, I would say. Not too bad at all. See, we got this and this. Pretty good. That's in the more than the upper half. Very good. There goes IONQ. I got to take some profits immediately. If it moves in your direction, that's a good thing, and you should take a little piece. Looks like I'm already having to chase that little piece. I want to get it though. I want to get that exit of that first little piece. It just helps give you a little confidence, a little padding on the trade, and I am having to chase it down, which is not great, but it's probably going to pick up in a second here. Nope, I'm having to chase it down. There we go. I think maybe that might have been it. No, that was Cine. Cine hit my 124 and now pulling back kind of hard. There's a lot of supply up there. That's not what we want to see. I'm inclined to flatten the whole position here because of that. There we go. All right, I'm all out on Cine 0.2R. Over on IONQ, we got that push up, but we lacked follow through. And by the way, let's go back to Cine and look at what the projected selling volume of this candle is way too high. There's just way too much supply going on, and you have to feel that. You got to get your magic fingers feeling the supply when you're a long trader. You don't like supply. Supply is your enemy. You don't want even a little bit of it, let alone a lot of it. You want none. You want it all clear, zero selling interest, no supply, nobody interested in selling, and a pile on. This is what you're after. Trade like this is mediocre. A setup like this becomes mediocre. And it becomes wait for the next day. Wait for another day. All right, IONQ. What are we doing with IONQ? I forget. Oh yeah, I'm still in it. Okay. I was trying to get a little initial exit. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because now I'm seeing a lot of strength. Look at the sell volume on that one. What a difference, right? That's a 1 minute candle, so this is surgical view. But this is off of the market open. Look at selling volume compared to buying volume. This is what we want. We want a ratio like that, like 4 to 1. We've got it, 5 to 1, demand over supply. We want to see that continue because eventually as price gets higher, a lot of bulls can turn into bears, All right, so this is where I want to take off a little piece on IONQ. So I'm going to keep IONQ up now on the trader for you. I'm on another screen on my 5-up trader watching everything. But there we go. We took a little teeny weeny piece out on IONQ into strength. And that turn was at 941. We're at 945 now. And basically, you could have a technique. There's lots of different ways to do this. But on something this strong, probably every time it breaks through a new high is a great moment to just chip off a little bit. I have 200 shares. Okay, there. Okay, let's see if it breaks through to new high. 948. It's going to happen here. Okay, didn't happen. So every time it breaks to a new high, that's going to be a moment of strength. You want to sell. Boom, right there. So hit 949. There we go. Every time it does that, I can do that 20 times. 952. Boom, there's another one. Because sometimes it'll jerk way up, and then your order actually gets filled at the much higher price. Selling into strength is where it's at. Okay, we're at the 1R at this right now, and I keep punching the high of day, new high of day. exit button there, but I'm only out 15%. I'd like to be a little more out. This is quite a move, but like I said, we've been getting about a 3 or 4 to 1 demand over supply ratio, which is good. The supply is low. We like it. We like it. All right, I'm going to cancel that high update order I just put in, because now the next time it's going to pop the high, I want to be able to click again at whatever new strength it hits. That could be 959, 963, who knows? So we'll see. Okay, so we're looking at supply on the surgical level, and we're also looking at supply on our 5-minute chart. Always. Okay, here we go. I think we did just make a new high, but it was only 956. Let's see if we can get a little more strength in that. That's when I'm going to pull the trigger for some more. Boom, right there. Okay. And there we go. I got a little bit of an exit there at 956 is what it worked out to be. But surgically, we can see that the momentum is waning. We're topping out at 960. And I'm only 20% out, and I would like to be a little bit more out than that. Keeping an eye on this, we are still seeing maybe 4 or 5 to 1 demand over supply proportion here. IONQ. What did we do with CNA? CNA's looking pretty good. There was a new high on IONQ, and I sold into that just now and got 960, Phil. Okay, and this is what I want to be doing now. There we go. There's another new high. So I'm taking little 5% exits. There's another one. I'm taking little 5% exits, and now I'm 35% out of my position. So by taking 5% exits, it's almost not aggressive enough. But because this is such a high ratio of demand over supply, I like it. You know, this is the fine tuning. You try to dial it in. You never know if you're perfect, though. It's trading. You do your best. You do your best. And all you can do is look back and say, hey, look, I did my best. All right, here we go. New high right there. We take another little piece off. There we go. That exit was at 968. So you can see here on the ladder, it shows where those fills were. And now I'm 40% out. And then we just hit another high, and I'm going to take out another little piece up there. And that was at 974. Through 10. We definitely are over 1R right now, but knock on wood on that, okay? Because we still got more than half our position left, but not too much. 45% out. IONQ. Here, but cannot type. All right. Okay. When is the selling going to come in? Yeah, that's probably, now. I am 50%. Okay, there's a new high. You're going to take another 5% out right there, and that was at 983. All right, 986. We're touching 986, and this is what happens when you have that high ratio, no supply versus demand. This is what we wait for. These are the ones. These are the ones. We waited, this is about a week since we've had something this nice and pure and simple and obedient. Yeah, I'm 50% out, by the way, at this point. Still seeing that it's going to be more demand than supply. Right now, it's about a 7 to 1 ratio. And how am I measuring that? 7 green candles by 1 small red candle at the moment. And then you average it together with the previous run, and maybe it's like 4 or 5 to 1. Just do some, kindergarten math, or I don't know, maybe it's 3rd grade math. And you can make a quick assumption. Inform yourself for your discretionary decision making. Boom, new high, hitting another 5% exit right there. Got that fill at 988. We're hitting 990, 992. Okay, we hit another new high. I just got that fill at 990. And I'm now 60% out of my position. And we're waiting for it to pop the high. Boom, it just did, but it's just by a penny. I'd like to see a little strength. 994. All right. I should be able to get 984 on that. Yeah, I got 994. There's 996. It just hit over on Thinkorswim. There it is on TradingView. And obviously, I should probably put in an order preemptively at 999. We're probably going to blast through that, and when we do, it's going to hit 1009 almost instantly. There we go. We just hit 10. Can we break 10? There could be a lot of resistance there, but I did get that 999 order. I'm 130 divided by 260, 65% out on my position, and that may be all she wrote. Sometimes you hit 10, and that's where everybody calls it quits. So we got to monitor this tightly, but sometimes we do break that level just one moment, and then we go into a VCP or deep pullback or consolidation stage. We may break 10, we may not. There's a couple different ways that could go. I've only got a little piece left, and I've got 1.3, 1.4R. I'm sitting on 1.4R on that trade, and had some other good trades this morning. So all in all, this has turned out to be a good day. I'm up about $600 at this point on just the day trades, just day trade execution. That's 6R. 6R of my risk units, which is 0.25 on what I've allocated for day trading. Okay, so we are starting to get petering out now. And that was the strongest volume candle, you see. So if it doesn't go back to back, then maybe we continue. But okay, here we go. I do have an order at 1009. So if we break through 10, which is probably going to be the last hurrah, if we do, we're not going to. That was a double top. Okay, I'm flattening. Boom, got out before it started to turn around. I think it's going to start turning around. And frankly, even if it pops now and it goes to 11 and halts and whatever, I did good. You got to pat yourself on the back and not worry about, when the thing goes further. You caught your quota. You caught your tunas, whatever you went out there for. And you don't get jealous of the guy who keeps reeling them in. You've got enough for a few weeks. But I was right. You see, it went up. It tried to reattempt 10. It did not continue. I mean, these are things that you just have to learn. This is not something this is not a thing. Like, it tried to hit 10 twice, and so therefore it's over. I put it together. It was a penny less this time when it hit just before 10, 998, whereas 999 hit last time. Actually, it hit 10, and this was 999. Kind of double toppy. The prior candle was on the higher selling volume. This candle was turning red. It was probably going to break down. You see, I mean, it's like so much went into that. You can't just teach when you have that a double top, you need to just watch and learn and experience and put it together for yourself. You'll never be done. You could never watch me. You could watch me for your whole life and not learn enough because you're not thinking enough for yourself. You need to be able to just look at this stuff and put thoughts together. Because that was an improvised topping exit that I took there. That was not something systematic. I got out right here. Right here. Before this breakdown. Right? In this area right here. But I also got exits all the way up here, didn't I? It's over this way. I got 999. I know that. So I top ticked. And my entry, I don't remember. Does anybody remember what my entry was? I do not remember what my entry was. Maybe it was pre-market high breakout here at about 9. I'm not sure. I'm going to go check. In the meantime, yeah, everything else is failing out. That's it. We didn't expect today to be much. And today's smallest size. Because these last 4 days have been really weak. But guess what? Monday, we get to come in for adding an increment. Okay, I bought right at 910.5 on the 750 moment. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let me zoom this out a little bit. This is a 1 minute chart, but gives us an example of how this trade was handled. Surgical level. Look at it pulling back. You know, nailed it. So where I got in was 37, the end of this candle right here at 10. Okay, I got in right here, and that pretty much represents pre-market level breakout, except what I was really going for was this level, and it just kept going. Or I don't know, I'd have to rewind it, because maybe I was going for this breakout, because this volume candle is not terribly extraordinary. Yeah, it is. You know what I saw was the selling volume and everything moving down, and then strong volume right there. And I ended up getting in around here, which was right here. This was my entry. And then I took partials all the way to the absolute top, which I was about 80% out by. And then I took a final exit right here. And I even took a de-risker, I think somewhere, around here. That's a trade extremely well done. Just going to finish marking it up.
CTOR AMPX.
And that's what day trading's like. I mean, you just got to witness it. All the things that go into your thinking and your thought process, I tried to externalize as much as I could. I probably could have did more, but that's what it's like. All right, and then let me calculate the gains there. We moved it all the way to the top, so the price level change was to 10. Well, that was my top, and my original entry was 9.10 and a half of a cent. So I was at 9.8% gain. But I will also talk about in a moment here, the R. And when I got in for 50 cents of risk. So from 9.10 to 10 is 0.9 times divided by 0.5, or 1.8 R, guys. Very good. Now, because I had partial exiting throughout that process, my final really tally on the trade was 1.3 R. So you can see how, taking partials leaves you less as you get all the way to the top. If it's your style to hold it all the way to the top and then get out, good luck with that. But I do not believe that is the professional way. I think that will bite you in the ass more times than you would like it to. So it was 1.8 R as far as the risk units go. And I'm going to draw in my stop here, and then we're going to log this trade. So 9.10.9, I basically put my stop at 8.50. I did quick calculations, and here it is, 8.60. This was what worked out to be my stop, 50 cents stop. from entry, and I'm going to put that as the as a green line as well as position line.
SEEL.
And hard to read, so I'm just going to go ahead and cheat it a little bit and keep it down there. And in the meantime, IONQ is failing out. It sure found that supply, didn't it, at 10. And nothing else is triggering. You know, overall on the 5-minute chart, IONQ still looks kind of okay. So, all right, and let's go ahead and illustrate how after we sold and nosedive.
BIOA.
I kind of can see it better in white as far as those. Go. All right, well, there we are. IONQ. Nice little day trade, fully illustrated.
OCFT.
So I'll probably cut that out, kind of like as an instructive trade on my YouTube. I'll probably cut that out. Maybe I'll get into the Twitch and get in there as well. But okay, now we're getting some further pullback on the 5-minute. So what do we do now, Michael? We've had 2 candles of pullback on the 5-minute on IONQ. Let's pull out here.
SMCI.
What do we start thinking as far as that IONQ is now going into a hint deeper pullback? If you're still there, Michael. That's it, you know, morning trade before 10 a.m. But this one was once a week, you know, this was a once in a week happening. Well, Michael might be at work. He might be only able to listen. But the idea is now to let it bounce off of the 21 EMA. Let it pull back, let it consolidate, and potentially later in an hour or two, maybe get a VCP pattern going on it. All these, you know, some of them, all the hot stocks on the day, you know, you got to keep monitoring, doing something interesting. But really, you're only interested in the monsters, the ones that are up 80% or more, what you call 100% or more, plus or minus discretion. There he is. Yes, I'm here. Find the pullback bottom. Not quite. It's from class last night. You know, we're looking for a bounce off the 21. If we don't get a bounce off the 21, then the pullback is too deep. And if it's too deep, then we'd be looking for it to reprove itself. If we do get a bounce off of the 21, but we don't get a follow through to the base hit top, high of the day, then we hope for a VCP-like action. And that can transpire a myriad of different ways. But all right, trade well done. I'm going to take my first break. I'm up a great deal on the day and very happy with my performance. Thank you very much for tuning in. Going off mic, doing a little housekeeping on the books here, and then going to step away from my desk. I'll be back many times throughout the day. Stay tuned.